Hi Flosstube, I'm Jem and this is my channel, Stitching Jem, and I'm back. I'm back for my second video, and oh my goodness, I cannot believe how I have been received. I thank you so much for all the shout outs, for all of the comments, for all the subscribers, for all of the people who just have shown me so much love. Pam and Steph and Sarah from Memphis, Sarah E, Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, everybody that's been on Instagram, everybody that has just given me so much love, all of the Oklahoma cross stitch group that I'm a part of, and Ginger and her entire team over at Prairie Moon Primitives, they have been so good to me, and I could not be doing this right now and would not have just the courage or even the content to do this without my solo stitchers. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for showing me so much support and love, and I'm just grateful for it. I'm coming back a little bit longer than I wanted to because I went to Texas last week to spend the week with my family. So I got some stitching done, and but I wasn't at home, so I couldn't film a floss tube. So that's why I'm a little bit later than normal. So let's get into my stitching, and I have a finish, I have some starts, I have a whip, some whips, and I also have a project that I am just going to do a restart on, probably not immediately, and it's my Hockran Hollow. I'm doing the Villages of Hockran Hollow, and I hate everything about it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the DMC, I don't know if it's the fabric I chose, I don't know, but I don't want to do it anymore. So it's too big of a project not to love it. So let's get to my finish. And my finish is Teresa Kogut's Simple Life Mystery SAL, and this was for her Patreons, and I am a Patreon of Teresa Kogut. I love her so much, and I did this on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha, and I used all the called for DMC with the exception of like here and here I changed this to me and my husband, and if I didn't have a color or I couldn't get a color of DMC, and I just changed it to something close or like one number off or something like that. That's usually how I do it. But it's my first finish of 2024 and I love it. So there's my finish, and I'm taking this to the framers. I will have it framed. And yeah. And so that was my finish. And so the next one I have is going to be some new starts. So on my last video, I talked a little bit about whether or not I was going to start Librarian's House or Redbird Sampler, and everybody voted for Librarian's House. I think one person voted for Redbird Sampler, and I will do that one, just not on this Valentine's Day. So what is Librarian's House? By Stone Street Stitchworks. And look at all the hearts. And it's only 6 colors, so I thought it would be great to start. And so I'm stitching this on 36 count Mystery Linen by Atomic Ranch. And the border matched up. And it was a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. I don't know why I have so much fabric around. Look at that. But that's okay. And look at that heart. So they'll be all the way around when I get to it, but I wanted to get the bones of the border done. And it's on 36 count, so it's really easy to stitch on. Can't believe I'm saying that. But it's just one thread of DMC over 2 linen threads, and it lives in this gorgeous bag that I won. Joyful Stitching made the bag, and it was Felicia from Mouse Potato Designs. She was having a giveaway, and I can't believe it, but I won. I was so like, what? The next new start that I have is Plum Street, God Bless America. And this is going to be a model stitch. My LNS, Prairie Moon Primitives, they are just getting into the cross stitch game, so they need models. And so, of course, the Ginger said, will you start this, or will you do this one for me? Or she told me to pick out anyone I wanted. And so I picked it out, and whoop. Yeah. And so that's, I have a little bit of the border, but I'm going to dedicate Mondays to stitching on this so that at least it will be ready by July-ish, and she'll have some patriotic models and all the things. But I just thought it was... And I'm stitching that on 40 count platinum by 40 count platinum Zweigart and all the called for floss. And then my next new start is this is actually a restart. I started this as soon as it came out last month. But I knew that I told myself that I hadn't finished my other Teresa Kogut SAL, so this one just wasn't right 1,000 times over. I tried it and I had to restart it and restitch it and all this stuff, and I was just like, you know what? I'm stitching it on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha, and I am not going to get this going again until I'm finished with the other one. I feel like it was a bad juju. And on this one, because there's going to be so many houses and roads and things like that, it's all DMC, charted for all DMC. But I am converting most of it to weeks because I want the variegation. And that's what I have so far. And it's driving me crazy that I'm not caught up. So here in a couple of, for the next couple of days, along with my Happy Heart sampler that has gotten no love this month, I will, and you can already see the variegation in the yellow house, and that was very important. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So I got a restart on that. And then, so those are all of my new starts. And now I'm going to go on to my whips. So on my birthday last year, my birthday start was the Joyous Day by Blackbird. And I love this chart so much. And a lot of people are stitching it, but Katie started it with me on my birthday and from So Tattered, and she also made me this bag. And I'm going to show you this bag every single time because I love it and it matches, and it's just, what is that? Anyways, but yeah. Thank you, Katie. And here is my stitching. And I'm stitching this on 36 count doubloon by Picture This Plus. All the called for floss. And what I did, I had all this done, and then I did the pear. And look at that quirky pear. Oh, it's so pretty. So I need to continue to work on that, but that is I work on it on the 14th of every month. And so 14th of February was Valentine's Day. So I dedicated some time last week when I was at my sister's house with my family to work on that so that I could, you know, get caught up, because I couldn't work on it on the 14th because I was starting Librarian's House. Okay, my next whip was one of my focus whips for February. February is Black History Month. Black History 365, because representation matters. And this is the Freedom Motif sampler by Shaded Stitchery, my friend Nuri, and I won this chart. And so I'm stitching this on 32 count Alcott by Needle and Flax, and using all of the called for DMC. And I got a lot done on this. I got all of this done. The red in the water, which is supposed to be blood. And filled in this entire little motif. This, all of this is new. All of this is new. Look at that bird. And there's several more. And so I'm going to go down. So this is page 1. And then I think this is like, you know, 3. So yeah. And it's hard to put down because every single little motif is so different. And they're fun. So worked on that for several days, I would say. First part of February, right after I made my Flosstube, I really worked on it. And I made this bag. And oh, look at it. It's so cute. It's little, but I love it. And it's like got metallics and stuff in it. And that's where my Freedom Motif sampler lives. The next one I stitch on the 25th of every month, and that is Christmas Garden by Blackbird. And I don't know what was going through my head when I started this, because I left myself no margin, but it's okay. I'll frame it myself. I'll just get a custom frame and I'll frame it myself, because I don't know if they'll frame it with as little margin as I left it. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Makes no sense. And so here is my Christmas garden. And I'm stitching this on 36 count Heritage by Picture This Plus. And look at that little amount of margin that I left at the top. I don't know why I did that. It's like 1.25 inches. I have no clue what was going through. Look at all of this fabric I have down below. Like, and that's as far down as it goes. I don't know, but I'm stitching this with the Vicky Clayton silks. So pretty. And my fabric is really green, but you know, garden, and I just like the way the colors play off of it. It's really pretty in person, with very little margin at the top. I don't know. I do not understand me, but I was just like so eager to start it too. And it lives in my Christmas project bag that was made by Tammy Latimer, Vintage Stitcher. Vintage Stitchers, plural. And she's on Etsy, and oh my gosh, this bag is so gorgeous. It's a lot of glare. I know a lot of people are getting away from the vinyl front, but I love that bag. And then, so my last whip is my Stitch Saturday Smalls. Stitch Smalls Saturday. And my friend Lisa has already finished a small, and posted it, and she's gonna get ready to finish it, FFO it, fully finish it. Oh, I haven't shown you the, and I am working on Honey Fair by October House Fiber Arts. And this is 2 Saturdays. And so I got the flower in, and I got the bottom border, and then like some of this greenery, all of that's new. Yeah. And I'm stitching it on 32 count, lightly salted, not roasted by Bee Stitch Me. It's so pretty. It's a little bit more like, not honey, but like, has like a pinky-ish look. On camera, it doesn't look like that at all, but it's super pretty. And I'll be stitching this one next, and I'm stitching them all in the same fabric. That's why I haven't cut my fabric down. And then the grape one is coming out at market. So I'll have to buy that. And those are my whips. So now I'm going to go on to my plans. A lot of people are doing a huge project or a 4-year project or just starting something on Leap Day. And I was supposed to start this on January 31st for someone's birthday. I'm not sure. I don't remember the name. I'm so sorry. But Katie from So Tattered, handmade by Sarah W., and a lot of other people are going to be stitching, they already started. Smith Sampler by the Scarlet House. And I love this. And it's humongous, of course, I think. But so I'm going to start it on Leap Day. Can't believe. And it'll probably take me 4 years to stitch it. I don't know. Hopefully not, because we'll see. But I am stitching mine with the Roxy Floss conversion. And there's like an issue with like a part of the chart. See all that blue right there? Well, everybody wants their water to be blue. And so I'm using this blue for my water. And then the rest will be converted into Roxy Floss. Everybody else made the change whenever they, like, Handmade by Sarah W., she changed it and included this as a Roxy Floss, but I just didn't. I ordered my pack before they made that change, so it's okay. And I'm stitching that on 40 count Panettone by Roxy Floss, by Roxy, I think they changed their name, but pretty sure it's Roxy Floss. And oh, like that's gorge. And that's reading pretty true. It looks almost identical to the called for in the, like, how the picture looks. So, and that lives in my Stitchfolk bag, Berry. She makes the most incredible bags. And this was her club that she has. It's quarterly, and so I got the first quarter, and I'll probably get the second quarter too. She's gonna do them as they come, because if you did them all at one time, it was too expensive for me. And those are my whips, all the things that I've worked on since the last time I saw you. And let me show you. I'm gonna go ahead and show my Hawk Run Hollow that there's no question about it. I'm not going to continue on with it because it's just, I don't know. I just don't love it. And it's too big not to love. It's just too big not to love. But I have all the DMC, and I have the first block pretty much done, with the exception of the back stitches. Because I stitch in hand, I don't want to like mess them up, or I don't know. So this is the Village of Hawthorne Hollow is what I was doing. And I mean, it's so good. And I love it. But I've got to restart it. And when I do restart it, it will be on 40 count. And it will be with a fabric that has more of that kind of like, not yellow, but yeah, like more of a tinted color. I think that what I'm stitching it on now is 32 count. I don't know if it's platinum. Honestly, I can't remember, and I don't believe that I wrote it down, but here is my Village at Hawthorne Hollow. And I started this at the beginning of 2023, and this is how much I have done. And I just don't love it. I really don't. I wish I could do something with the stitch block that I have, but I don't know what it would be. So she is gonna get discontinued. And I am gonna restart her. Don't know when. Don't know if I'm gonna possibly just put all of this DMC in my stash and then use the MPIs, because some of the colors like that are supposed to be, that are look so much different in the picture, such as this grass down here that is clearly supposed to be checkerboard, and you can see it with the light showing it, but when you see it in person, it's just like one big blob of green. I want it to actually look like that when you look at it. I don't know what it is, but I hate it, and I don't want to do it. And I was really trying to do it every Friday, but it's like I was dreading having to do it, and I just didn't want to dread it. So I am going to not continue on with her and restart her one day. Not sure when. That was a Solo Stitchers. We started that, I believe it was at the beginning of 2023, and we all started Hawthorne Hollows, and the only person out of our group that has stuck with theirs is Ashley. And she is doing the spring at Hawthorne Hollow, and I've never even seen that one stitched by anyone. So hers is really coming along, so I think it'll be good. I do have one more plan for March. I don't know about you guys. I don't know where everybody's watching from, but here in Oklahoma, we are getting an early spring, and I am here for every drop of it. Because usually in February, everything is snowy and muddy, and I hate snow, you guys. I know a lot of people love snow, but I absolutely hate snow. It is messy, it is muddy, and my husband's a rancher, and we live in the country, and I'm not here for it. So I do not like snow. What I do love is spring and beautiful days like we've been having. So last year at StitchCon, I got the Surprise Me box, and this is one of the charts that was in the Surprise Me box that I got, and it's by Hands On Design, and it is the Everyday Sampler. And I had never seen this before, but Susan from Keepsakes did a complete conversion on all the floss and the fabric, and you put your favorite color in, and of course my favorite color is yellow. And so she, you know, there's enough floss to do all of this as well. But this is the one that I'm doing right now. And it says, give thanks and look forward to a new day. And that's what spring is all about. And so here are all of the flosses that, look at these. They are just gorgeous. And, I mean, look at Candy 614 Stitcher. I'm sure you have this because you love purple. EJ, you love purple. And so that is Amethyst by Cottage Garden. And there's just like some beautiful colors in here. I've never used a lot of these types of threads, so I was thrilled. And I started this on Thanksgiving because it says give thanks, last year, 2023. And here's where I am. And the fabric is a 32 count Arctic something by Fabrics by Stephanie. But look at that. Who knew like brown, that much brown could be that pretty, but it is. And it's like really vivid, and I just can't wait to work on this some more. So this is going to be my focus whip for March. And I'm traveling a lot in March, so I thought this would be small enough. This would be in the season, and it would also be something I could give a lot of love to, even though I'm going to be traveling half the month. So in March, I am going to Vegas for work and Florida, both with my job. The Florida one is not going to be work, really. It's just going to be an offsite. And then the one in Vegas is work, but I'm getting there really early in the day, one day before my event starts, and so I'll be able to go to Stitcher's Paradise. Okay, now let's get to my haul. And I don't have a ton of haul, but I do have some haul. My first haul is, I have a very good friend, actually my friend that got me started in quilting. Her name is Nancy. She does junk journaling, and so I want her to make me a junk journal. And so I've just been collecting all of the different things that I think I'd like. And this book on Amazon was one of them. Like, I love a lot of the stuff in this. And then a sticker book that's the same vibe from Amazon called Boho Dreams. And these are for my junk journal. Then the Calculated Stitcher, Jennifer, had a de-stash. Ooh. And so I picked up a couple of charts and some fabric. And one of those charts, Scottish Love Sampler. Did I mention I'm a sampler stitcher? I love samplers. All different kinds, though. If they have sampler in the title, I'll probably just buy it just so I could stitch it. But I love this. And I'd never seen it before, but it's from England, so by Moira Blackburn. Isn't that cool? Look at that border. And so, yeah, I had to have it. So I got that chart from her. And I got Anne Barrett. And this is, every drop of this is specialty stitches. I don't know. I don't know what, but I'd never seen it, and I saw it, and I was just like, ooh, that is so pretty. Look at that. And of course, I know you guys gonna see the little pops of like gold yellow, and it's done like it's charted in Soie d'Alger, 103s, and DMC. So one day, whenever I grow up and I know how to do specialty stitches like this, I will attempt this. But it won't be for a while, but it's really pretty to look at, and I love having it in my stash. So yeah. And then she also had fabric. So a lot of people know that Fox and Rabbit has fabric on their Patreon. And so she apparently was in it, and the Patreon December 2022, I think that says, say cheese, 40 count. Look at this. I love this fabric. And it's all yellow. And it's so gorgeous. And I have no clue what I would stitch on this. I mean, what could you? But that is a yellow lover's dream. So, saw that, had to have it. And then I am in the Traditional Stitches stash builder for Picture This Plus. And Traditional Stitches is in Canada. But they are the only place that I've ever seen that has a Picture This Plus fabric of the month, or, you know, stash builder. And so this is 36 count Alchemy. And it's more of like a true like denim blue in person, but it's kind of reading a little bit gray. But it is so pretty. It is so pretty. And I got it in 36 count. And I love Picture This Plus. I don't know if I've said that before, but I love Picture This Plus. And then from the Silver Needle, they have a Stitching Friends. It's called A Little Help from Our Friends Stitching Circle. And this is the kit that I got. It's called Flowers and Friendships. And it's by the Scarlet House, and there is nothing about this that is not gorgeous. It is so pretty. I don't particularly like stitching letters and words and things, but this I could make the exception for because it's so pretty. And it's the entire kit. Oops. Sorry about that. Look at all that. And so, how can you resist that? All the threads, all of the entire kit for, and I believe it's quarterly, and I don't know if you can still get in the club, but if you can, try to, because I'm almost positive that these charts are exclusive to the club, to the A Little Help from Our Friends Stitching Circle. And this is the first year I'm doing it, but it will not be the last year. And then on the 17th, there was a stitch day at Prairie Moon Primitives, and I was talking about these paper tags that I got from Amazon to some of the ladies there. And so I wanted to show them on here so that you guys could see them. And they are very substantial. They're not like just flimsy paper, but just to make floss drops out of. And I got these, and then you could just do the hole punch, you know. They already have a little hole, so you can put your little ring through or whatever. I don't know if you can see that. But these are them, ladies. And they're on Amazon. You get 100 for, I believe it's like $6. And so I got those, like flower-shaped ones. And I got these, and they have the little, and then you could just go kind of higher here and put your floss through there. But aren't they pretty? And they are substantial. Like, I don't know if you could see how they're not just like flimsy, so they'll be perfect. Because like sometimes like actual like floss drops, the acrylic plastic ones are heavy. I mean, are expensive. So that is all of my haul. Woo! And so I'm going to move on to my quilting and my a little bit of like wool applique, but I am so thankful for every single person who's watched this video and who watched my first video. I am just like overwhelmed with all the love, and I just thank you so much. Thank you. It's really like fun slash nerve-wracking slash fun making these videos. So I hope that if you're just here for cross stitch, that you enjoyed all of that, and I hope I enabled you, and I hope that you saw some things that you might want to do or anything like that. So yeah, I'm moving on to the next craft, and that is quilting. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Scratch all of that, except for the thanks. I have more haul. Project bags. Vintage Stitchers. Tammy Latimer. I got this bag and I love it. I love it so much. And this was like a cheater fabric that Corey Yoder from Coriander Quilts did. And Tammy literally quilted around every single one of these and made this bag. And that's the inside. And it's got a little rear floss or whatever. And look at this bag. It's so gorgeous. I love it, Tammy. And then Vanessa at Prairie Moon Primitives, she works there, and she's also like a master quilter. She can do anything, you guys. And so at the stitch day that we had on the 17th, guess what? She had project bags for sale. And here's the first one I bought. Look at this gorgeousness. It's so pretty. And she always puts like little embellishments here at the bottom. They're fully quilted. And they're just so pretty. And then she has this on her bags. And you just pop this open and write what project you're working on. And that way you know, so you don't have to, you know, have a vinyl front. Because a lot of people are getting away from those because, you know, it kind of like sticks to their charts and stuff like that. I still love them, but I love this too, so. And then I am stitching Land That I Love. And it is in a Teresa Kogut project fabric project bag, and it's just too small. And this one is substantial, and of course Vanessa made this from Prairie Moon. And it is so gorgeous. Like, that is the prettiest thing I have, like, ugh. And it's really big, so it'll be substantial enough to put my Land That I Love in with all of the things. And it's got the same thing. I'll know what's in it, but it's got the same little embellishments. And you pop this off and write what you're working on right there. Yeah. So I got that one too. Now that is the end of the cross stitch, and that is the end of the haul. Sorry about that. Now we are going to move on to quilting. And I started this, I feel like a year ago, at least. And that is the Riley Blake block challenge, and there's one that's going on right now, and I'm like cherry picking out certain blocks from that to add to this, because they're all going to measure 10 inches, every single one of them. So the blocks that I have from when I started a few years ago are what we're going to see, or what I'm going to show. And the fabric is Delightful by Jerry Robinson for Planted Seed Designs for Riley Blake. And I love every single thing she does. And so this block is the wonkiest, and I'm definitely going to either scrap it, or I'm going to redo it. But there's that one. And I don't know if I can, here's some of like the different fabrics from this line. It's all yellow, blue. And I think I have 12 blocks done. Like, look at that. Ooh, it's so pretty. I mean, just so many. And I got a fat quarter bundle of this from Fat Quarter Shop a few years ago, and I thought that it would be perfect for it because I love the colors. Okay, so here are, and I'm like super OCD about my blocks. So I do starch and I do paper piece as much as I can. Oops. And then, so I need help. Should I make, I think I have 11 blocks. Should I go to solid, should I go to 20 and then pick a layout? Should I go to 25? I don't know. And then so I've had these blocks done, and so I'm going to do some more, and they're going to be in this line. And so this will be the next quilt that I complete. I have so many quilt projects. So many quilt projects that I need to finish. But the next one on the radar is going to be that. And that fabric, I don't think is available anymore. I'm not sure. I'll have to just check and see about what's available, you know, like for the backing. And then wool applique. So I saw my LNS, Prairie Moon Primitives, is mostly was first a wool store. And so they have a lot of models and a lot of beautiful charts or patterns and things from, you know, that are wool applique. So I had to get these. So this is Clipboard Quilts number 15, quilt designs by Lori Smith. And I'm doing this one. And here's kind of like a better picture of it. Bigger. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that cool? So in order to make the wool cutouts on top or applique pieces, I got Primitive Gatherings. I don't know if there's a name on it, but these are the colors. And they're just 5-inch stackers, and this is all wool. And so that's what I'll use for the cutouts on top here. And the background will be this. And it's so cool looking. So yeah. And so right now I'm working on cutting out all of these little pieces, and like a lot of them are really intricate, like you have to have like definition in them, so I just want to make sure that I've got them cut out great. And then I'll go through and of course use vintage buttons like they have that I've got from in my stash. And yeah, so that's what I'm working on as far as my wool applique. And I cannot wait to get this finished. And you know what's so weird about this is that there is on these little, I might be a bit of a narcissist, but I'm not sure if you could see there where it says Gem Theater. I was like, oh, it's got my name on it. It's meant to be. I have to have this fabric. But it's with a G and mine's with a J. So yeah, that's what I got. And that is everything for right now. So I'm going to try to be back in a couple of weeks. I am traveling quite a bit in March, but then I will be pretty stable at home for at least, you know, all of April and all that good stuff. So I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much again for watching this entire video. If you're still here, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for all of the wonderful comments and shares and likes and all of the things. Just thank you. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.